Yeah,
is this the day?
Yeah, he's going to come in and say hi.
He wants to promote his show tonight, and then he sent like 18,000 plugs, for shows he's doing.
It was typical Jackie Day for me yesterday too, because Gary sent me a note saying, I guess Free FM offered Jackie.
No, I didn't send it. Or Tim sent that. No, I didn't even know about
Tim
that.
sent that. Oh, I guess Free FM, our old radio station that's doing so well, offered him like two tryout shows for the week, and. Did I have a problem with it? And I said, absolutely not. I don't have a fucking problem with it, but it's. I don't want to be in that loop anymore, the Jackie loop, where I have to, give my blessing. Because I never can win that one.
No.
I don't know how I always end up in that.
Pissed off.
Yeah, I got nothing to do with that. You can do whatever shows you want.
The guys in the office were asking.
Although I could make a good argument that the only reason
Hey, when
want
did
that,
they hear him on the radio?
Yeah. But who cares? They're welcome to him. Welcome to anything you want.
I was talking to the guys in the office the other day after we talked about Jackie last week, and they were asking me, what was it really like? Like, what were some of the things that would cause this tension?
Right.
And I started thinking about it. I said, okay, perfect example. We're here at Satellite. They just announced the potential merger the other day. Jackie would immediately be, we're doubling our fan base. I want more money. And that would go on.
He's back in he's in negotiation.
Yeah, we're going for the next year, and then you'd be uncomfortable, and he'd come in and he'd say, like...
I used to be like, well, Jackie, when was your pay evaluated through, the amount of people who listen?
Right.
But didn't he actually pull that?
Well, he did. The thing was... See, again, I would hear bits and pieces, and I would always think you'd know more than me, but I remember that when we started adding affiliates, he wanted to start to tie his salary to percentages.
He wanted to audit me.
Yes.
Yeah.
He did.
And I just said, I don't know what planet you're fucking
Bring your
on.
papers in.
He wanted
Bring your papers.
But
he wanted to know. He wanted me to open up my books.
Oh, I know that.
He wanted his salary tied to a percentage of your salary, which doesn't make sense.
Well, to him it does. In Jackie world it does.
We should ask about all of this when he comes in.
Yeah.
Water into the fridge.
Did someone really use that language with you? Audit you?
Well, it was more or less like what it was.
We just want to peek at your books.
At one point, I guess Jackie had gone to management and asked for some deal, so they contacted my agent, and my agent said to me, well, what they're essentially saying is they want to audit you and see what you make.
And then Jackie will determine what he makes.
And I went, oh, okay. Tell him to leave.
That's unbelievable.
Tell him, you know what? I just gotta. I can't take it anymore.
That's why. You know what? One of my favorite.
Does he get his salary lowered when we lost affiliates? I wonder.
Right, or when the audience would dip. But one of my favorite things to do, because every once in a while they'd be quoting, Howard's whatever they thought his salary was in the newspaper. And that would be a good day for me because I always loved looking at Jackie's face while I read those articles. Because he would be, you could see the numbers. He was clicking, calculating in his mind how much he was losing on the deal.
I need blueprints and interior photos of Howard's house. I just even remember, right before Jackie left, I was so, browbeaten from him and so punch drunk from it.
Yeah.
Punchy, literally, from all of his negotiating and his looking at me in a strange way. And I remember I had him out to my house, and I just met Beth, and we were hanging out. Jackie left when I just first met Beth.
Right.
And he actually hung out with me and Beth a couple of times. And then I remember when his negotiations were going on, he goes, well, I'm going to have to leave and give that beautiful lady a kiss for me. And I went, uh-oh. Now he's looking over the Beth situation.
Right.
Is he going to expect me now to get him a girlfriend?
He needs 10% of her,
yeah,
too.
I know that might have been driving him nuts, too. So I was always like, what's going to set Jackie off now? Am I going to wear two nice pair?
Anything you do in your life.
If I buy some jewelry, is it going to set him off?
How many carats is that?
But,
you mean you thought he was going to be pissed that you were dating a hot chick?
You could just
pissed him
give
off.
that beautiful lady a big... And I went, I could tell already it was in Jackie mode.
Give that beautiful lady a big kiss when you're riding in that big block-long limousine from your home.
There was always a calculation, while Jackie was trying to enjoy himself and not notice what was going on around him, he was noticing everything.
All he did was notice.
That's all he did was sweep the room, determine how much this was,
you felt like
decide what was going on there.
He should have traveled with an accountant, to evaluate and do audits on everyone. But I just
it's going to be a pleasant appearance.
But you know, it was a weird move.
Well, that's what did it in. I mean, he see what Jackie should have done, in my opinion, and I told him this many times. I said, forget me. Look at you. Right. There isn't a guy in radio doing what you're doing, making the kind of money. I don't think there's a guy in television making the kind of money. I'm talking about writing and doing your thing.
I have the answer for that.
I know.
No, the answer for that was that he created the position.
Right.
And that there was no peer to evaluate it.
Well,
in other words,
sometimes you got to evaluate it yourself.
But he would always say,
I'm like the guy who landed on the moon.
There's no me in any other part of show business to compare it to for a price comparison.
But it was also that he somehow thought he created Howard.
Yeah, that was the other thing.
That was the problem.
Yeah.
Apparently, he didn't know that Howard was around before he got there.
He was the clay, and I was the potter.
Yeah, I mean, Jackie had snappy lines and stuff, and I loved it. It was fun, but it just dawned on me that I kind of do this thing anyway, and maybe I don't need. In fact, some people had said to me, well, you can tell the lines, and, it kind of isn't you. And
hey, can I tell you one other thing that Jackie did that I thought was always weird? When he was in contract negotiation, it was very clear because he would come in and he would alert you about a minute before you went on. I'm let you know things aren't going well.
Yeah,
right
before I'm going on.
And then it would be like he would pout for a while. And Artie, you'll get this analogy, like. Jackie would sort of work at 3/4 of capacity,
right?
And it was almost as if
it was a work slowdown.
It was a work slowdown. It was almost
to show me what it would be like without him.
It was almost as if Jeter was in contract negotiation and decided he was going to sort of not run so fast to first base.
Well, athletes have been accused of that.
Yeah.
But it was.
But what would be weird is too because we'd get into a rhythm and then he'd throw the rhythm off, and it was upsetting and annoying, and I don't need that shit. So but Jackie really did me the biggest. Jackie is probably one of the only people in the world that ever taught me as big a lesson as I've gotten in life. And there were 3 or 4 moments in my history that I can think of it. And Jackie taught me that I am fine on my own. And I really don't need to get horseshitted around by anyone in this business. I think I used to say that, but I don't know that I really believed it.
I was going to say, don't you think you sort of knew that, though, before?
No,
I really didn't. Robin will tell you, I didn't. I really didn't know.
I wanted to. I kicked and screamed.
Yeah, Robin would say to me, don't you realize that this is just ridiculous?
If Robin had her way, Jackie would have been gone in 87.
Yeah, but I
And not because I hated Jackie.
Right.
But I didn't like the whole deal.
But
I get attached to people, and I get very, I'm very, very, I don't like change, but I've really changed as a result of Jackie. I'm okay, It's part of the reason I think that you and I, Artie, can have such a good relationship, too. It's like when Artie will come to me and say, you know what, Howard, I need to do this or I need to do that. And I don't want a contract that's long and binding and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay with it because I love Artie. I love Robin. I love Fred. I love everyone. But, I mean, my dignity was being attacked. I didn't feel like I had any dignity.
More than anything else, it was like, why are you letting him do this to you? Like, he's abusive.
Yeah, so I kind of...
But he would. You're saying he would purposely screw up the show on the air?
No, but
he would be less happy.
I would allow him to affect my mood. And I can't do that. I work with other people. I have a life.
But it affects everyone else in the room. It affects Fred. It affects me.
Oh, God, you're so
when
peppy
I see
today.
that, that means I have to make an adjustment.
If you walk in this morning,
it was just bad. But it was my psychological drama.
When there's tension, I know from being here for 6 years, when there's tension, the show isn't. The fans might like it, but it's at its best when we're all sort of getting along and having fun and everything.
Yeah.
And if there's one sort of monkey wrench in that, I could totally see how that could fuck things up just from experiencing what it's like here.
It just became too tense and there's a certain element of that's funny on the air, but then even listeners will start writing and go, okay, enough with that already.
Right.
It's
when is the drama gonna end?
Yeah.
Jackie Marlowe's here. Marlowe. We're gonna bring him in. He's already like, what is this? Why do I have to camera?
Is he plugging stuff already?
Yeah, he's already plugging shit. He's got his cards up. He's like Melrose Larry Green. He's got all his plug cards.
Jackie.
Good morning.
Good morning. How's it going?
Excellent.
Oh, look at this. I got all this coffee from him.
What's going on here?
Wow. He got you, man. He's almost like Dice Clay.
Now I got proof.
So what are you doing here today?
I don't know. I thought I was doing Imus.
Just gonna hang out with the guys?
No, I came by to say hello and to promote my radio show.
Is Jackie here yet? Oh, Jackie is here. What are we going to talk to
What are
Jackie
you making
about?
a big star like Jackie sit in the green room? We have these great discussions about Jackie when he's not here.
We talk about Jackie. It's more fun than actually, like when he's here, it's kind of uncomfortable. What do you want to talk to him about?
I don't know. Well, we haven't seen him. Have we talked? Yeah, I guess we have talked to him.
You know
Since
what you need to talk to him about?
What? Fred's anger?
No, that Jackie just signed on with Sirius, part of the family now.
He is?
All right. With what? What's he doing?
He bought a radio?
The Joke Hunt. Yes, he signed on
He bought
for a year.
Jackie bought a Sirius satellite radio?
He's part of the family.
Fred, do you ever confront Jackie on your anger toward him?
You know what? It's long past.
You like Jackie now?
I've always liked Jackie. He's a pain in the ass, and sometimes he can be an asshole, but I think he'd be the first to admit that.
You think Jackie would admit he's an asshole?
I think he would. I think
Jackie's
he's man
a-
enough
Jackie's
now.
a good guy.
Although he might be old school. He might not see that.
So it turns out we have nothing to talk to Jackie about.
we really
No,
don't.
I thought he was going to come in here and perform. I heard him on the...
Yeah, he says he's not prepared to do his music, his band.
That's a typical Jackie thing.
Yeah.
I called him yesterday, and he's got a full band. But I like to hear what Jackie's been up to.
He can't go acoustic.
I want to hear what he's been up to. I want to hear about his love life. I want to hear about his
That's true.
performing life.
But will he
Right.
What he's doing. He's
not telling you nothing.
You know what?
There he is. No way. I'm telling you.
Fuck you!
Fuck you guys.
We'll have Richard and Sal come in here and work on you.
Yeah, they'll be gay for you.
Well, I mean, as a fan of the show for years, it would be good if you guys just had the conversation you had before with Jackie in the room.
No.
So he could respond to it. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, what are we going to say?
I don't know.
No, Jackie's my man. He can't do that.
It's always better to talk about Jackie when he's not here.
talk behind
I'll talk behind Jackie's back anytime, but never to his face. Jackie, why don't you come in here and then we can talk to Jackie? And
Must he?
yeah, Fred's not a big Jackie guy.
He's a huge Jackie fan. They used to have a good time back
We used to have a good time. Jackie the joke, but look at him. Looks younger than ever. How old are you now?
I think he's as old as Regis.
Years older than you.
He's older than he's having bypass too. I
Yeah,
think.
he's as old as Regis.
Jackie, are you healthy?
Fred looks like his own grandfather on television.
Hey, Jackie, do you own a mirror?
Where do I sit? Right here?
Yeah, do you own
Do
him?
you own a mirror?
Hey, good
You
looking.
fucking own a mirror, you fucking crypt keeper.
Now, I heard Fred doesn't talk anymore, and he just said more than I've ever heard.
Yeah, when you come in the room, he starts
You
talking.
He wakes
inspire.
up. I'm
Since
his,
you
inspire.
left, he hasn't said a word.
I'm the crowd alarm clock.
You're the muse.
You know he loves to do you.
Fred, Jackie is making a point. When Jackie was here, you would get more into your Jackie impression.
Oh, yeah.
You would
Well, there's
talk
nobody
more.
here to be an asshole like Jackie was in the old days.
That's the 10th time he said asshole.
Artie
since
comes
he
in
turned
and
on
he's
the-
a decent human being and he's a professional and he does his job.
Jackie-
Gary's a professional and he does his job. Jackie comes in, doesn't do his job, and asks for more money.
Jackie always did his job.
I came in here, and I wasn't going to break Fred's balls, and now
not
he's
much.
he's setting the scene here.
Right,
much.
he is definitely challenging you.
He, I said to Fred, let's get together for dinner. And he wrote me back, it's a little too blustery. Let's wait till it's nicer out.
That was just a nice
What
way of
does
blowing
the-
you off, asswipe.
What does, yeah, obviously. It's a little blustery. First of all, who uses that word? It's just, Fred, just say no.
Okay, no.
And
Make you feel better? That's what Mel said to you when you wanted more money. No. Like that word a lot, don't you?
Oh my God!
can I face
That's what
it?
Nancy said when you
Turn
asked her to
around.
stay.
There
No.
he is.
No.
Yeah, Nancy said no.
It's got up to 100 miles an hour.
He's right there, Jack.
Why is he doing that?
I don't know.
I don't know, Jackie.
Over there, Jack, behind you.
No, I'm
No,
looking at
he
Artie.
wanted to talk to Artie. He doesn't want to look at
I
Fred.
don't want to look at Fred. I don't want to turn to stone.
I mean, this
Looks
has
like you already
this got-
did.
This got ramped up.
Man. No, when we talk behind your back, Fred gets angry about you.
Everybody says that it's like Niagara Falls. Slowly I turn,
I know.
Hey, I got a question for
Well,
Fred.
just step back a little bit, Jackie, and look what you've done to the show when you did it to the show.
Whoa.
Wow.
What do you mean, Fred?
Well, the times that he's walked out,
Tell me-
basically,
explain to me.
It's all about him. It's all about Jackie. It's all about the world of Jackie. It's all about me.
See, Fred, you don't
I
have
get
the
the attention.
concept-
I get the money. What?
Fred, you don't have the concept of me down.
You're right.
Not
I
of
don't.
me, but of yourself. You're
I
allowed
think
to
Fred-
ask for more.
I think
Not
Fred,
the way you did it.
I think I think Fred.
No, I'm taking my jokes and I'm going home. Thank you. Good night. Turn off my light.
I think Fred.
The difference is, Fred, everybody thinks you're crazy and they don't think I'm crazy.
No, they think you're crazy too.
No, everybody
Of course
knows
they
you're
do, but
crazy.
am I going to
Jack.
say that?
How many people don't think you're crazy?
You see, Artie,
Wait.
this is the tension you were talking about. That
It's
exists.
great,
I gotta
right?
admit, look, I feel like a fan again. This is fantastic.
Hey, can I ask a Jackie Fred question?
Wait a minute.
I can't wait till Jackie starts goofing on Gary.
Yeah, that's only a
what
matter
I
of time.
missed. That's what I
I got that blunderbuss in my pocket.
Yeah.
But
He didn't come
I
in to
came
bust
on to
balls.
announce that me and Ian signed our contract and we're here for a year and you're stuck with us till
Oh, great. For
November.
Jackie's joke hunt.
Jackie's joke hunt.
Oh,
and
that's
it's
great.
exciting. It's fun.
Yeah. Jackie has his own show every Tuesday night here at Sirius on Howard 101. It's at 7 o'clock.
It's tonight, right?
7 p.m.
Right.
Eastern.
What's
7
the
p.m.
theme tonight?
Tonight is the finger banging show.
The
What does that mean?
Finger banging
It's
show.
jokes about finger fucking.
The whole hour.
No, maybe one joke.
My sister.
We don't really adhere to the theme, but it's just it makes it stupid. It's fun.
My sister has Sirius Satellite in her car.
Yes.
She goes, I'm driving on a long trip, and she goes, I didn't think I'd like it, but I listened to Jackie's whole show. It was great.
Yeah.
She liked it. The women even
Thank
like
you,
it.
Ellen.
Yeah, she likes it very
That's
much.
very,
I gotta
it's
say-
just good. It's me telling my goofy jokes.
Right.
I like
I,
it when
I
Jackie.
always
It's
scream.
fun.
I scream at the
I heard
radio.
you. I heard, you yell at the radio.
Yeah, I scream at the radio.
What were you saying, Gary?
I like when Jackie tells his jokes, but I love when Jackie tells his stories. That,
Yeah.
not his jokes, but his stories about real life.
Yeah, it's all in the show, and Jackie has taken the show, and now it has become very popular, and he's doing his thing, so he
It's
is back
fun.
with us. That's all.
Fun.
That's it. He's
I
having
wanted
fun.
to come in. I
Fred
get
was
a lot of
against me.
emails that people say, "When are you going to go in? When are you going to go in?" And I said, "I want to go in and say hello."
Fred, you were against me giving Jackie the show, right?
Actually, no.
No, you were. You were
And
okay
now
with
that now I've heard his show, I have to question my own judgment.
You listen to it, Fred? I swear to you, and you don't have to believe me. I have no idea why he's so hostile towards me. I honestly
I'll
don't.
explain it to you.
Thank
Here's
you.
his thing.
It's because he doesn't see anything.
No,
it's Jackie's blindness. Or
He
something.
felt that you were the only one on the show when you negotiated that you would do walkouts and you would, they'd have to turn out your lights on the E show for a month and this and that. It's
You were
somehow
like a high
everybody
maintenance
else,
chick, Jack.
We all have
Yeah.
our quirks.
right? So he
No, it was beyond quirk.
and he felt it disrupted the show. Robin too, right? You agreed with.
Well, Jackie
Fred.
knows how I felt.
Yeah,
I
of
mean, I
course.
always made it clear.
Right.
Usually hold yourself close to your vest.
Jack, what is going on?
No question. There was no question.
What is going on these days with you? Are you,
Well,
are
I
you
had a-
involved in a romance?
Not really.
Isn't it amazing? Didn't you think Jackie was like the ladies' man of all time? I mean,
Yeah, he always, acted as if
Howard, I'm 59.
he
I'm not
was.
Are you?
29.
Are you 59?
Well, 54.
That's
Oh,
what
really?
he's
How
telling
old are you?
everybody.
Gary still
48.
has
He
no
was born in
idea.
48.
well, what does that mean? You're
February
59.
I was
48.
born 51.
February 48.
40.
Guaranteed.
He was born in the
51.
40s.
So what is
Give me
that?
a break.
What type of woman are you able to get young girls, or are you?
No, not really.
No.
No.
If you were with the show, you'd be able to get young girls.
Of course.
Yeah.
You can't go. I mean,
That's the
come
only
on.
thing I regret.
Jackie chose a great moment to leave
I
the
had
show.
15 years that,
Well, you were
of
married.
being married, and then I left the show and
Your timing sucks.
No,
You
that's
believe
fine.
this, Artie? I mean, Artie gets laid left and right.
Is that true?
Oh.
I mean, left and right compared to how I used to get laid. Now,
But look at you,
right
left and right
You're
is a
holding
long ways
yourself
away.
back.
Yeah, right. I'm not like that.
No, Artie's holding himself back. Women are throwing their phone numbers at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they all look like me.
No, but Jackie.
The last hot chick I asked to go out to dinner, she said, it's a little too blustery.
Too blustery?
Unbelievable.
How great is that?
Okay, now you can buy your beach house, Jackie.
So you were going to go.
Like Jackie. I meant to say Artie.
Oh, Artie. Right. Yeah, Artie's going
Fred's
to buy.
got so many things backed up to say that he can't get them out.
Artie is going to buy a beach house like you,
Yeah.
Jackie.
And then
Next
he's going
to
to put out
me?
some joke
no,
tchotchkes
not
like
up,
you.
Not out by you, but he is going to follow in your footsteps and live on the beach.
I understand. And when
Yeah.
is he walking out?
I'm a real beach guy.
Any day now he's walking out. But what age girl are you dating now?
Just anybody,
Yeah,
I've seen him. I've seen
is a
him.
young girl to
8 to
you?
80 blind cripple or crazy.
Is a young girl to you like Joan Rivers or?
I dip under 30 here and there.
No, but- oh,
Till
do
they
ya?
find out, yeah.
Oh, do you?
No, please.
Have you dipped under 30?
No, I go out with anybody,
All right. Is it a lonely life? Are you sad?
Yes.
You are.
No.
I don't know. I just wonder what's going on. Are you dating someone now?
Yeah, I go out, I got a bunch of different people I go out with, and I actually work my ass off for that 1 hour show.
Yeah.
And it's cool.
That's it.
He's got a lot of gigs, I see.
And
coming
he
up.
and
The same
Nancy are
old-
still friends. That's the thing I always love.
You know what?
friends?
That's what I don't understand.
Still
Nancy and I are
friends.
great friends, and like people are flabbergasted by that. But you know,
Because you weren't friendly while you were married.
well, please.
Were you friends with Richard Jeni, the comedian?
That's so odd, man. You know, I saw him like twice in the last 20 years or 25 years, but you know, we were road warriors. You know, like I have a couple really great stories that you know from traveling.
Richard
with
Jeni,
him.
by the way, is the comedian who shot himself in the head.
Yeah, but
But he was so funny and had such a
you
great
know he had
ego
such
and
a-
he had such a good sense of humor. You know, when I heard he died, I thought, holy geez, Jenny's got had cancer and nobody knew it. And then somebody said, no, it was a suicide. I'm like, he would have been the last guy.
Did you know he had such a dark side?
No, you know, I knew he was crazy and horny. He was a comedian,
All right.
you know.
Howard,
but no different, you know, like, you know, some guys are wacky, but he was certainly not. He worked so hard on his act and he was so goddamn funny.
Isn't Richard the guy who...
I tried to get him on here for years, and I get Richard Jeni in here.
Yeah, we had him on a couple
And then
of
you guys had
times.
him on after I was cool.
As soon as you left, we had him on.
Isn't Richard the guy,
Just
Jackie,
waiting.
who at a party at your house found Nancy's giant
That's
shit?
the guy with the spanner.
Oh.
Yes.
The spanner.
He had to break it up with a hanger.
And I swear to God, you know how...
Yeah, Jackie had a party at his house,
Right.
and Jackie's wife Nancy used to take these massive shits.
Called a bowl spanner because it spans the
And
whole
she was
bowl.
a very skinny girl, like a great body, but she.
I almost
was like
called.
a
I almost
log
called
over a
scientists.
river, yeah.
I almost called scientists in to say, how did that?
Come out of her.
And Jenny, when we lived on Perry Avenue in Bayville, and when we had the 4th of July parties with 300 people, and Jenny went around and said that he went into the bathroom after Nancy came out, and there was a spanner that went across the bowl like Tarzan would put down a log to
Yeah.
cross the stream, and
Right,
the
it was
water
a big
went under it.
bridge,
He
yeah.
had to break it up. It was. I
Do
was
you
going to
think
talk
maybe-
about it on the show tonight.
Do you think
at
that's
7
maybe
p.m.
why he?
on Jackie's show?
Do you think that's why maybe he killed himself? He saw Nancy's spanner.
He
in
could
his
never
dreams,
get
like
over it.
that
maybe he
image
never got over it.
No.
But you know what Jackie used to say? He would say, like, you know, she eats like a horse, Nancy.
Right.
But maybe she just shits it all out.
maybe
like,
that's
She's
why
so
she's so
little
hel-
and thin, and you know she's always had a perfect body. She's
Right.
like, you know,
She's probably healthy. You know what I mean? Like that, you
Right,
get it
that's the way
out,
it's
you eat,
supposed
you
to
get it
be,
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
But she didn't flush it. I mean, she just
She
walked
probably
out.
flushed it. She didn't know it didn't go down because it was spanning.
But you look
You know,
in
when
the
I go to the
bowl.
bathroom, it
river.
doesn't span the drain. You know.
Did you ever say to her why didn't you?
Artie understood that.
Did you ever ask her why she didn't flush?
Absolutely.
Did you ever ask her why she didn't flush?
No, that's the point. She flushed, but it spanned the bowl. The water
But
went
she
under
didn't
it.
look in.
Well, I don't know. Do
Yeah.
you look?
She's having
Yeah.
a party. She
I
got to
do
get
too.
back
I
to her
take
guests.
photos.
I make sure it goes down the drain.
So I'm on Pharrell's show and we're talking, and I start laughing about Gary, and I don't know what it is, but it's like Fred breaking my balls. I walk in the room and it's like instant, and like I break into a smile and I'm laughing. I'm telling them a few tales, and then I realized, and I know you've probably made this analogy, but we were peeing that when you're talking to Gary, it's like talking to a girl with a really nice set of jugs,
Right.
because she knows that inevitably you're gonna look down, and like when you're talking to him, your eyes drift to
To the
his
teeth,
mouth.
right.
That's great. And you get hypnotized. We're laughing our ass.
It really is true because even today, when Gary was standing at the microphone waiting to talk to me about something, I look over and he's trying to cover his teeth with his lips, and he couldn't get it done. And then I get obsessed, and I'm looking, and I go, he's trying to cover those teeth with his lips, and he can't. And then now, instead of concentrating on what I'm supposed to be concentrating on,
Next
I'm
thing
busy
you know,
looking at it.
your mind is in another
And
place.
this is why I miss Jackie.
No, but it hypnotizes you. He's right. Jackie used to draw constant pictures of Gary's mouth. There it is,
yeah,
right there,
yeah.
close up on the camera. Wait here, look. See, there it is. You see how you get? It's like a fire. You know how you?
Where am
when
I
you,
looking? I don't get this. It.
You ever sit by a fireplace and you
Look
get
over at the
hypnotized?
screen.
by it?
Oh, that's exactly. I was laughing so hard.
Yeah.
I swear to God, the funniest thing in the world was when I came in that time, the last time you were on at K-Rock or whatever, and I came in to talk to you guys. It was so fun to see and yak and fart around. And as I'm talking to Gary, it happened. I completely stepped out of the whole thing. It wasn't like I was looking at him and saying, "Oh, remember the guy with the teeth?" Like
It
all of a
happens,
sudden
yeah.
it hit me.
You
And
know
I
what?
was like,
You know what he does, and it's just like exactly how Artie felt with the Don Rickles thing. When Don Rickles gets that tone in his voice, and he goes, "You baby gorilla." Jackie turns around to me and he goes, "Those lips." Oh God!
it's
And
way,
it's like he gets
it's
like
way beyond saying anything.
he gets
Is-
a weird
is-
tone in his voice.
Is Gary's mouth kind of like when Pam Anderson bends over in a low-cut dress, like you got to look?
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, what are you
keep
going to
talking?
do? Yeah, do you miss it? Do they ever haunt you, the lips and the teeth?
I'll tell you, the guy at the roast had said his His teeth look like a lineup of urinals at Shea Stadium. That was the funniest thing I've ever heard.
I forget who that was.
That was Greg Fitzsimmons.
That's really good.
That was so funny.
Did you see how he totally shifted Fred? It was Fred and it was a boom.
Right.
Fucking left turn to Gary.
Let me keep talking to Fred so he can stay on my case. What am I, stupid?
That would always blow my mind. We'd be having a conversation about something entirely different.
No, Fred, you were having a conversation with Fred.
And he always steers it back to those teeth.
Gary's teeth is the ripcord for Jackie.
Absolutely.
It's the
It
ripcord.
gets
That's
him
what he
out of
does.
trouble.
That's his
Didn't you
thing.
ask? Didn't you ask me?
You're a guest.
I thought you asked me.
No, you did. He did.
No,
you said,
You brought
hey,
it
by
up,
the way.
That's part of being a guest, Jackie.
You brought it up.
The art of deflection that
That is great.
John tried to master. So
Do you see what I create in this room? Do you see it?
exactly.
There's magic. There's
It's
magic.
not as good as when I'm not here, but
Do
it's,
you realize that Jackie's two favorite ball busting moments for me anyway are Gary one time sent out a mass email with a mistake. Instead of the word make, M-A-K-E, he wrote EMAC.
No,
Yeah.
it's
AMKE,
AMKE, which is a common.
I make the
typographical-
mistake all the time, but whenever I do it, I lie. Whenever
So-
I make that mistake, I see those gums.
So Jackie now,
Amke.
everyone, he puts Amke in every one of his
I
emails.
did it the other day.
Amke.
Howard,
I did it the other day.
15 fucking years ago, the guy sent me an email.
Right.
I hope you AMK a lot of fun. Fuck you.
Amke.
And what's the other one?
The other thing has to be.
Come on, that never
I
gets
forgot
old.
about Amke.
I heard Tony
Amke.
listens to the show too. Is that true?
Yes, he does. He loves you.
Mr. X. Uh-oh.
Oh, well.
Whatever.
You're a dead man.
That cat's out of the bag.
Amke.
Good going.
And
Amke.
the other big Gary ball busting moment. Gee, what was I
Baba
just thinking
Booey,
of?
the hair on the back of my haircuts. Used
No,
to
I
love
was
when I
thinking
remember.
The other mistake.
When I used to sing "Beautiful Dreamer," when he
Oh,
tried
yeah.
to talk to
No, I don't remember that.
Oh
What
yeah,
was
that's,
that?
you know what that
Well,
is?
because he looks like Mighty Joe Young, and he'd come in and try and talk to you during commercials to try and explain to you,
Oh, no.
try and get your attention. Because he has
that's
like
why-
a 2-minute window. He's like, "Oh, come on, so we have this guy, so we have that guy, so we have come in," and like you'd be, and also I'd be back there going, because Mighty Joe Young, the theme song was "Beautiful Dreamer."
That's how they calmed the
She'd
ape
play
down.
that to calm down the ape, and I'd be going, and he'd go, "Shut up," and you'd be like, what's going on?"
No, that's why listening back then, no subject was too heavy. Whatever rap you were doing at any moment, it could be derailed by a half an hour abuse section on Gary.
Well, what Gary would.
or on me. I mean, I would point it to him to get it off me.
But Gary would hate it the most when I would be yelling at him,
Yeah.
and then I'd be done, and then Jackie would slip me a note like, look
Absolutely.
at those fucking teeth.
He'd write a line. It was over, and you were.
Well, what would happen was he would leave.
Yeah.
He would leave, and just as he's going through the door, I'd go, "Look at that ass." Gary, come back.
I told you the thing that used to make
It's like this. It's a barn.
the thing that used to make me crazy with Jackie is you really would be done, right?
Yeah.
You'd be done,
Right.
And there would be this small moment of silence where you would be regrouping to think of what subject you were going to go to, and that's where you'd hear Jackie go. And that would remind you to fuck with me some more.
Right.
It was crazy.
Yeah, it would keep going on and on.
It would,
and on.
because he would laugh, and that would fuel you, and like, oh, maybe we should fuck with Gary some more because it's obviously funny.
My favorite story you would tell about that time that I've overheard you guys talk about is during a commercial it wouldn't even stop because Gary
no, that's
had to
when-
come in and get
yeah.
actual work done and Jackie would pass a picture of his teeth.
that was maybe my other favorite thing.
He
that,
would hold 2 pieces of paper up to his lips. Those were Gary's teeth.
So like even during but the fact that it's during a commercial
And
is
there was no cause for it.
it's just such dedication to ball breaking.
Jackie would do this. Right? He'd go,
Come on, that's funny, man.
No question, it's funny.
Gary's trying to make a point. Everybody's laughing.
And then Jackie got
I mean,
into
that's a commitment.
Jackie got into a weird phase where he was cutting out these white pieces of paper and putting the teeth on, like, he'd put them on Elliot Oppen over there. He'd put them on the cover of Rudy Giuliani in the paper. He would just tape them to everything. Remember?
It's true.
yeah, I guess my other thing I was thinking about is when we had the Channel 9 show and we were there for endless hours, and we started painting and making paintings of Gary. And my painting was Gary coming out of the sea.
Oh,
And
that was as insulting as 15 years of breaking his shop.
But I wanted to do I wanted to do the Rise of Man, like he would morph into Gary, like an animal coming out of the sea, and I never had the skills as a painter.
No, but the Bowie Lisa, that was Fred.
Fred was good.
I saw that T-shirt.
You know, we're all fooling around and wearing berets and breaking balls. He was Da Vinci.
Fred.
I mean, he climbed into the role and just was, you know.
But see, that was really
work of art that
hurtful.
lasted forever.
Was that hard for you?
Was hurtful and insulting. Was it drawing the pictures? I get it.
Now I'm
Jackie's laughing
insulted.
and
That was a
everything.
good piece of art.
You know what? I opened the door. You guys are supposed to be working for real.
Well, that's
you guys,
how we
you guys are
laugh.
supposed to be back there writing bits. And Artie, I opened the door, and all three of them, like the fucking Three Stooges, have easels and berets. They have fucking berets on.
You're forgetting the smock.
I opened the door, and they are laughing their ass off. Like it's really like a fuck you. You know what I mean?
But that wasn't even being taped.
No.
That was just fun.
I don't think we had cameras back then.
That was us entertaining each
That
other.
was us saying, look, we did a whole morning show. Then we'd sit there for hours and write every sketch for the Channel 9 show.
You got to keep the writers' room loose, guys.
I know.
It was, an unwinding thing they were doing.
And then here's where it got crazy.
But we had berets. I mean, come on.
And
where'd that
smocks.
come
You had
from?
smocks,
Somebody
too.
sent us berets, and we'd walk around the station in our berets. And then we had people cleaning our paintbrushes.
Well, you said we want to paint, and somebody didn't they send up paints and brushes and
But here's where it
berets?
got really, really insulting. So Jackie and the guys would just
Here's
hold on,
where it got insulting.
Jackie and the guys would draw, because now it's all coming back. They would draw like pictures of me on a just plain piece of 8x10 white paper. Remember? And it would just be
And they tacked them up.
Howard
We
would
had a
draw something,
gallery
Fred would
at
draw
one
something.
point.
So at one point they filled the entire wall. I'm not kidding, from top to bottom. And then they would draw
Only
one that
with
they
good
really
ones.
liked, and they would fight over which one to take down to put up the new one. And it would be no, you can't take that one down.
Well, there had to be quality
There had to be
control.
a decision that only Gary art was what they were going to do.
Well, at one point I had this idea because we were so popular in New York. I would start a museum, and then just hang every picture that we drew of Gary, and like our fans could come and see all the
It would
Gary
be
art.
so funny. It
Yeah.
would be so funny.
Do you still have those pictures? 'Cause
We
they're-
must.
Did you collect all the
There had to be
the
over
pen and
100.
inks?
There was
Or the paper and ink?
The etchings.
There were tons. Yeah, maybe I have them. Jackie might have them for all
Well,
I
I
know.
have just notes where I'd write a joke about Gary, but draw the big circle head with the teeth taking up 90%.
What I resented was Jackie would use up every canvas because he would do 3 or 4 paintings a day.
Yeah, he had no quality control.
He's just reminding me that he started drawing Gary. And first, Gary had a head and,
Right.
eyes and nose. And eventually, Gary became the mustache and the teeth.
Right.
And he would just hold them up.
And then remember, we morphed into our executive producer, Dan Foreman. We morphed into drawing Dan.
There was a few Dans on the wall.
There was some Dans, but mostly Gary.
Mostly Gary.
Well, we obsessed on Dan for a while because he's not the world's prettiest gentleman.
Look,
and
there's Gary. Look at the TV
see?
monitor.
There he is.
you know what? I think he's still pissed off at me. Because it was my idea to take that stupid puppet of him
Right.
and mount it so when he talked to you from back room, that it would talk. Oh, and I know every time he comes in, he just
That I didn't mind. What I really did get mad at you about, because it was your idea and you just got your little fucking stormtrooper to execute it, was when you guys stole the Gary puppet at appearance.
That was
And I
the
was
best.
too stupid to see that coming. How I didn't that's one of those things where you go, how did I not see that coming?
I know. That was
And-
the
and,
greatest.
You know what? I would love to take credit for that. But
John,
I don't think,
blame
I
it
think
all
that
on
was
you.
all John.
John
John
was
blamed me,
born-
but that was that was John's cheat.
No, that was John. That was
Jackie had
born.
nothing to do with it.
We were back writing something, and we spent a lot of hours together writing. And John just told us that he was going to steal the Gary puppet at
He
your
said
appearance.
it was Jackie's idea and he
Of
just
course.
executed it.
No.
That was all John.
Oh, I would love to take credit for it.
I mean, it was brilliant.
Because
Well,
John knew you had asked to take the Gary puppet to an appearance.
When Gary lost that Gary puppet.
Artie, can I tell you
And
how
I
stupid
said,
I am?
I went in on it. I said to Gary, I don't mind you taking the Gary puppet to your appearances, but just know that's a one of a kind. I love that fucking thing more than I do
I
you.
He
remember
was
when all
so
that went down.
petrified.
So it was all set up that I love the Gary puppet.
Right.
Gary shows up. John somehow sneaks the Gary puppet
Can I
out.
tell you how he did it, though? Because this is my stupidity. I think about it. I thought about it afterwards. I was so fucking angry that I was such a sucker for this. I was doing an appearance at a car stereo store in New Jersey, right? So John had set it up with the
Always
guy.
fun.
I'm doing one tomorrow.
So the guy, the puppet's behind the counter, and the guy, the owner of the store, grabs me and he goes, listen, we've got this amazing sound system. You need to come out to the car and hear it. So I get in this guy's car where he cranks the stereo up as loud as he can with my back to the store. They could have fucking, taken my car and everything. I'm like leaning back in the chair going, this is great. When I come back, the puppet's gone. And I go to the guy where it goes. He goes, I don't know. And I'll tell you what, this is crazy. I don't know if I've ever told you this before. A listener, had given me the plate of the car that took it. He saw it, the puppet thrown in a car. Right. It turned out it was John's assistant. I had a friend of a friend who was a cop. I actually had him run the plate. They couldn't find the plate. It turned out it was off by 1 digit. Yeah. Like, I was going to find that fucking puppet before I came back on Monday.
Did you call me and have to tell me that you lost the puppet?
No. What happened was I was just waiting until Monday. I knew that you guys took it, but I couldn't prove it. But I knew it, and I knew I was going to get shit. So I kept calling John all weekend. And
let me ask you a question. Who else but Gary could have such an intricate thing where you have a cop that's going to chase down the thing and find the plate and find the guy, but you know the plate was off by a digit?
I didn't write it down, asswipe. I didn't write it down.
I think it's a 4 or an 8.
Wouldn't it have sucked if Gary had killed himself?
Well, let's try every number. It's 1 by 1 digit.
Yeah, it's only 7.
Yeah, which one is it, Robin? Was it the first one?
Try each one.
No, let me see if I have this here. Maybe we'll do a little in Orange. Give Rodney a Chance prank call on your page in Orange. Have you heard that, Jackie?
On what?
The Give Rodney a Chance prank call. Have you heard that?
Oh, the prank call using, your Give Rodney a Chance joke.
I heard about this, and I would love to hear.
All right, here you go. Here is the Jack and Rod show and Jackie's Give Rodney a Chance.
You learn cussing.
And we're back on the Jackson and Rodney show.
What up, what up, what up?
Yo.
Yo, so we've been running this contest, right?
Yeah.
So check this shit out. Who do we got on the phone?
Rodney.
Okay, let's say hello to Wacky Jackie the janitor, and let's get this game rolling.
How you doing, Wacky Jackie?
All right, Rodney, I'm at your kitchen. If you can answer this kitchen, you can get the diploma and you can get it.
Okay.
What am 3 times 3?
9.
That's the wrong answer. 7.
Oh,
Rodney, come on.
Wacky is whack.
Well, he's saying that you're giving the wrong answers here.
And I'm saying he's whack.
Give Rodney a chance. Give Rodney a chance.
Give me the question already.
If you can answer this question, you can get the diploma and you can get it. What am 5 plus 2?
7.
That's the wrong answer. 8.
What type of operation you running? I know my math, nigga.
Give Rodney a chance. Give Rodney a chance. Rodney, I'm gonna answer one more question. If you can answer this question, you can get the diploma and you can get it.
Okay, what is it?
What am 6 minus 1?
5.
That's the wrong answer. 7.
Wacky, I know that's the right answer, you motherfucker.
We're sorry that Wacky Jack
He's a tough customer.
Wacky Jack just didn't have it together today. I'm sorry, my man.
Give Rodney a chance.
Okay, just fuck y'all. I'm tired of this bullshit anyway.
How great is that?
That is so funny.
Yeah, well.
Now I have no idea. That's a bit. That's not a call.
No, that's a
Is that
funny
a
phone call. Yeah.
I can't even tell.
Using your voice. Well, so finish your story about Richard Jennings. So the guy who killed himself. I knew Richard a little bit because we had him on the show after you left.
But of all the people, like if you told me 20 comedians, you'd say, oh, that guy might do something, and that guy might do something. But that would have never been.
Richard.
I mean, I didn't know him. He was in one of my favorite stories when we were down south, and he was on stage in Savannah back in the days when there was like 15 or 20 people in the whole place. And he wasn't doing very well. It was so long ago that he was actually the middle act, and I was the headliner, and he started doing Jewish stuff. I mean, if you did it in Savannah now, nobody would understand. This is like 1981, and he's doing Jewish-related jokes. And they're sitting there looking at him like he might as well have been speaking French, So out of frustration, and this is a true story, he goes, do any of you people know what a bagel is? And a guy in the corner goes, yeah, it's a hunting dog. I fell off my chair. I was screaming. I could see
bagel.
him. I could see him.
What comedians would you expect to kill themselves? Richard
So
Jennings.
they know.
Yeah. I mean, it's.
You know what? I don't know anybody well enough anymore, but some guys are more stable than others. There was one guy that killed himself like 25 years ago who was so funny but could not get a gig, just couldn't get a gig. And you were really worried that one day you're going to say, well, he's gone, and then he was gone. But he was so funny. Artie, I don't know if you know the story, but his name was Mark Center, and he was just one of those guys where the comedians would pee their pants and nobody else was laughing.
Is he the guy who jumped off the hotel in L.A. by the Comedy Store?
No, that wasn't him. That wasn't him. He, garage with the car, Mr. Colonel Mustard in the hallway with the lead pipe,
That's scary.
But he couldn't, and people would say you can't hire him, and I'd have to wait a couple months and then use him again when they'd forgotten who he was because he just couldn't get a freaking laugh. But one year he got a job, and he couldn't get a job. Couldn't work. He never worked. He just walked around the comic strip being depressed. And one Christmas, I said, "How you doing, Mark?" And he said, "I just got a job as a department store Santa Claus." He said, "It's really nice to have something steady."
And then he killed himself.
Saddest story ever.
What? So when's the last time you got laid?
This morning.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah.
Had a girl last night?
No.
Oh.
No, I have hookers.
No, seriously.
Maybe a week ago, 2 weeks
yeah?
ago. Yeah, I get laid here and there.
Yeah, I can't
3
figure-
times, up, down, and up.
I just think it was the biggest faux pas, this guy leaving the show
When he
and then getting
did,
the divorce.
when he was going to be single again.
Yeah, it's weird.
Hey, can I ask a question of Jackie and Fred sort of together?
Because he could have a new manager now.
It's one of those it's one of those weird things that happened on the show, and I never, as good of friends as I was with both of them, I was never able to talk to either one of them about it. I've always wondered what it was like.
Okay.
One day I walked in, Fred and Jackie wrote everything together. They were a team. They did everything together. It was great. And one day I walked in, and Jackie announced that he had negotiated a deal where he was the head writer.
Right.
And I remember it was very uncomfortable on both sides, and it was never discussed. And I just always wondered what was
See, this is invent. I never thought it was uncomfortable. Maybe Fred was uncomfortable, but Fred is uncomfortable.
But why wouldn't you think? Why would you think Fred would be uncomfortable over?
I never thought he was. You've created this.
You think so?
I think so.
Fred, was it uncomfortable, Fred?
Yeah, it was uncomfortable.
Yeah, but who would know?
Oh, dude, come on.
Oh, yeah.
Everything together.
I walked in one day and Fred opened up to me and said, "Jackie, you know what really bothers me? Come on.
But how could you not
Tell me 2 things that bother Fred right now. You've been with him 25 years.
I know a lot of things that bother Fred.
Go ahead.
You're 2 of them.
It's a good way to deflect.
There were 2 things that bother Fred.
I want to go on record
Yeah,
saying I
say that.
love Fred Morris. I love him. I think
Fred
he's
Morris?
one of the funniest guys in the world.
But how could you not think it would be weird that you guys did everything together and then one day you would somehow I didn't even understand.
You were his only. You were only 2 writers, and so you became his boss.
Okay. What happened was
And I wrote some stuff, but you were my
But
boss
Jackie
too. I
had
guess.
to have a title. Yeah.
No, if you want to know what happened, when we got the Channel 9 show, they called me up and said, "All right, we're doing this show, and you and Fred are going to be segment producers."
Okay.
And I said, "I'm not a segment producer. I'm a writer."
Right.
And they said, "No, we don't have a deal with the Writers Guild. You can't be writers. You have to be,
Segment
And I said, "No, I'm a freaking writer." And then it got me pissed off. And I said, "In fact, I'm the last guy that's deciding what's going in front of Howard, so I want to be head writer," because they backed me in the corner. And I got pissed off. And they said, "But, Fred writes as much, blah, blah, blah." And I said, "But I'm the last one that sees it before it goes in front of Howard, so I'm the head writer." And I write a little bit more than Fred anyway. And they said, "Well, that's because he's so busy with the sound effects." I said, "Well, I don't want to be head sound effect guy. I want to be head writer." "Yeah, of course he's too busy because he's doing a different job." And that was the
That's a
thing. So I
Jackie
went to the wall, and then
Fred, what do you think of this?
So me and Fred both
That's
got wound
Jackie.
up being listed as writers instead of segment producers, which is a big deal.
That's classic Jackie.
That is Jackie.
I'm still thrilled. I didn't want friggin' segment producer.
What upset you, Fred, about it?
I don't know. It just seemed like he put himself above me in that respect, and
Right.
that really pissed me off.
Right.
I mean,
now
I was
I'm-
with the show before Jackie. I wrote just as much. Sorry, Jackie. I wrote just as much as you did, and a lot of stuff off the air. We kind of shared in the responsibilities, and the fact that you would
No.
take that moment,
This was
the
all
fact that
about
you-
what happened
No,
on
wait.
the fly,
dude.
And
the
when I
fact-
started on
no.
shut up, Martian. When I started
Dude,
on the show,
No, you're not going to shout me down on this one because
Okay.
this is the truth, and you know it's the truth. We all sat there together, me, you, and Howard, all in one room. We hashed it out. We were a team. The fact that you decided, I'm going to be the head cheerleader. What the fuck?
I think there was also something about his evaluating too that
absolutely.
bothered you
No,
as well.
No. It had everything to do with
No,
what
I
we
take
did.
responsibility for that. I said to Jackie, "You are going to be the arbiter of what gets through to me."
Right, so that
Right. I'm
Enough
talking
said.
about in the studio.
Right,
Yeah.
in the studio, which
Right.
is
But I think
fairly
Fred
important.
still
Well,
resented
yeah.
it.
Somebody had to make the decision.
And Oh, I lost my train.
And he said that sometimes he'd be trying to hand you something and you would not look at it because you were busy
Who's that?
writing your own thing. Fred.
You know, I'm sitting there trying to be in your head and writing stuff, and sometimes I'd be in the middle of writing something, and he's like wagging it, and I'm like, oh, hold on. And, you know, it was so much fun. I got about 10 things. I'd have to find them at least 10 times. He would hand me a note. He would hand me a note, and it would already be something word for word what I'd already written because we were on the exact same plane. But he was, it just got so funny because he thinks that everybody hates him, you know. So I would write something, and you would say something horrible to Fred because I'd write something horrible, and he would look over in the bin. Because he'd say to himself, did Howard say that because he hates me? And he'd look in the bin to see if...
What are you trying to say, Fred?
We're steering away from the actual fact. The fact of the matter is you appointed yourself head writer. True or false?
Yes.
Thank you.
I absolutely did.
And I don't think there's anybody in this room, if you were working on an equal plane, that wouldn't feel upset about that.
What? Why didn't you say something? If I was,
because I think I was a team player.
When I came on the show, now I remember when I came on the show, when we went to mornings, when you went to mornings, or maybe it was in the when we first went to K-Rock at the old TED building.
So
I called
Fred
it
was
TED
like your
building.
assistant.
No, but when we went to the TED building, I used to write on the 8x10 papers with a Sharpie, and Fred would write on a little piece of scrap paper and hand me something.
Right.
And I'd have to rewrite it and put it in front of you. Now, by the time he writes it, gives it to me, I read it and rewrite it. And finally, at one point, I said, this is ridiculous. And I got a stack of paper and put it in front of Fred and said, here's a Sharpie. Write it so he can read it, and I'll pass it to him because we're losing the moment by you writing it, handing it to me, and me.
All right, so there was
he was the head writer.
So I think I had something. I don't think you ever passed a note the entire time during the show till I got there, Fred. I mean, I may be wrong.
No,
I started that whole thing, and he started handing me scraps of paper, and I was like,
no, Jackie,
you see what I'm saying?
Before you came, I was actually writing bits and writing song parodies and coming up with ideas. So
but who's denying that?
The mechanism may have been different, but I was still contributing.
All right. Listen, it's never going to be settled.
Who's saying you didn't contribute?
Jackie was head writer because he had nicer penmanship.
That's it.
Thank you.
What is it
you want something?
And it makes a difference.
I stand corrected, Jackie. You're absolutely right.
What was it you created? The flying gag writer?
All right, listen. Let's stop this before it gets ugly. Dominic Barber wants to say hi. He has a question for Jackie. Go ahead, Dominic.
Well, first of all, he, of course, invented the bloated attorney. However, you haven't gone into the last negotiation. You haven't discussed how it all ended.
Didn't we do that on the last day of K-Rock?
Yeah, Dominic, enough.
Enough with that. We have to move on to Jackie's present day.
What wife are you on?
He's on his, it's going to be his fourth wife.
Who is
You got to stop rolling over on him, Dominic.
All right, Dominic, congratulations. Yes, Dominic has announced he is remarrying Leslie.
Yeah, so his third and fourth wife.
I was making a joke.
Woman.
Is that true?
It's true. They got a divorce, but now he's remarrying Leslie.
And I think it was actually Fred that came up with bloated attorney.
There you go.
No, I think Jackie did.
I think you did.
No, I think you did. I don't want to take credit for that.
All right, let's go to Sonny. Sonny, go ahead. You're on the air in Middlesex, New Jersey with Jackie the Joke Man Martling. A walk down memory lane today between him and Fred and all the
excitement. Let me say what an honor it is to talk to Jackie. And, Fred, you could say whatever you want about Jackie. I don't think anyone could deny that he is just extraordinarily talented and that he has contributed a lot to the show.
I'm waiting for this shoe to drop.
Never said anything to the contrary, man.
Hey, Wolf.
Hello.
Yeah, well, I did want to say that I wanted to play Stump the Joke Man just for old time's sake and see if I could stump Jackie.
All right. Go ahead.
So, Jackie, how was the copper wire invented?
How was the copper wire invented?
Two Jews fighting over a penny.
Son of a bitch.
Wow. All right, there you go.
Hold on. Hey, Howard, can I ask Jackie? Benji was saying the other day that he feels that there's some animosity between you guys. Do you feel that way, Jackie, or what?
Benji said on the wrap-up show
that,
what
did he say?
As a general, he goes, Jackie's nice to me at times, but he said he feels that Jackie's been very mean and rude to him at times. Recently, as well as back then, I think there was a weird dynamic, almost like what was going on with Fred and Jackie. When Benji came into the studio to sit next to Jackie,
Jackie would say many times, "This guy's trying to steal my job."
No, it was definitely a pain in the ass because you talk about Fred's waggling a piece of paper. trying to get his joke in. Not trying, he's helping the show. He's got a good idea, but I got Fred, and now I got Benji too, and I'm trying to write, and so it's coming at both ends. It was a little much.
But that's the job of a head writer.
That was the job of a head writer. But there was nothing personal.
Benji insinuated that off the air, Jackie had said things to him that he considered rude.
What did he say?
Like what?
Benji?
This is news to me.
Yeah, what is this?
I'm the only guy that gave you a Christmas tip, Benji.
Well, you don't tip your coworker; you give him a gift.
You actually owe me a couple $1,000, but that's my fault for not billing you for the food. But
that's true.
Me and we kept saying, Benji, tell us what we owe you.
Tell us what the problem is. Have it out with Jackie now, or forever hold your tongue.
Listen, I totally acknowledge you created what I do.
You look good.
You look good.
It's been good for you.
And Jackie could have ruined what I did too. He could have destroyed it.
What?
But,
what do you just tell us what's on your mind or shut up?
Wait, I don't. What's that? I could have ruined what you do.
Yeah, you could have totally destroyed it.
What's he saying?
I think he feels like maybe he was sabotaging
your employee.
something.
Well, it's your fault he's here.
No, generally off air, you've always been kind of mean to me.
Really?
In what way?
But who isn't mean to you?
Yeah,
a lot of people. I have a lot of friends.
Really?
Yeah.
I know. I don't like it.
It's right now. It's like a fake frivolity.
Right.
And
no, but when have I ever been mean to you, Benji?
Can you give us
at times you've been nice too, Jackie.
You know what? He's
I'm just
being
saying,
outrageous for the show.
In the hall, you're
he's really said this, but I would like for him to explain it succinctly.
I don't understand.
I'm not bitter about it. It's just I'm saying, Jackie, you have a certain way of always putting me down and not being like a friendly person.
Not to be a ball buster, Benji, but I don't think I go to the trouble.
Okay.
What is
I
an
really
example
don't,
of
and
that?
I apologize.
Honestly, what's the example of that?
Yeah, of course it's mean.
Well, what Jackie just said is kind of mean.
In other words, you don't
Very
think
mean.
about Benji.
Yeah, like what? I don't have the history with him that I have with you guys,
right.
so it's not like instant rapport
Listen, I'm not
and
saying
giggling.
we don't have any kind of feud or anything, but
Well, then what do you?
I'm saying you're
I'm not a rude guy. I've never been called rude by anybody. What are you talking about?
all right. Well,
What I do?
Benji, can you give us an example?
Yeah, say
Benji.
something,
I mean,
Benji.
Jackie used to have you out to his house. I remember that, didn't he?
I have videotape of Benji drinking my food, drinking my beer, and eating my food.
Drinking food is a problem.
Right. Benji, I remember you being at Jackie's house.
I absolutely.
And
I
you didn't feel
say
welcome
it's all-
then?
I'm saying it's actually been more so the last couple years.
I've been
what
here
has he
I've
said
been
to
here
you?
twice.
It's not, Robin.
In
it's
6
just-
years, I've been
listen,
here twice.
Have you ever felt anyone act cold towards you?
I suppose.
And that's
Would
that's
I
what-
be able to cite an example?
It's cold to me.
I was probably being cold to them. You know, wasn't that the way it was, Jackie?
Well, why don't you go over and talk to Jackie? Maybe.
No.
You're not looking for that? All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Howard.
All right. Thank you.
F. Jackie.
Thank you.
All right. Let's go to Lena. Lena, you're on the air. Let's say hi to Jackie the Joke Man in Miami. Lena.
Hey, Howard. Do
Hi.
me a favor. I'm going to tune into All Nation when Jackie leaves. Please send an intern to All Nation. Let me know that I can go back on to the show.
Why don't you want to hear
You've listened
Jackie?
to Jackie for like an hour already.
I hate him. I'd rather hear Artie chewing on a muffin.
All right. Thank you.
And that's Jackie's sister.
Marty, go ahead.
Hi, Howard.
Hi.
I agree so much with Fred. I pretty much can't stand how self-serving Jackie is. I mean, the only reason he is on there is to promote his new contract, and isn't it funny how he only is on there when he finally gets a new contract, and you've been asking for him to come in for how long now? For over a year?
Well, why do you have to be like that? I mean, he has things to promote, and that's why people come in. And I don't think he's doing anything that's not.
I mean, this is how it is.
true.
You know, come in and why should I come in? And then you come in and it's like, what's he doing?
Yeah.
You know, it's like
Yeah, everyone wanted you in, and now you're here, and then they want you to leave. John, go ahead. You're on the air. John.
Yeah, what's happening, guys? Listen, I got two things. First of all, since we're talking about the Artie chair, the Jackie chair, I'd like to promote the next replacement to be either Fitzsimmons or Mohammed Al-Fayed. And actually,
Muhammad was good.
He was good.
Oh, he was a home run. No,
Yes.
grand slam, three-point shot, what the fuck.
Right.
Whatever. Richard Jenney, also, I heard he actually killed himself because of the goddamn Jackie plugs just overwhelmed him.
I expected that to be the
All right. Well, thank you, John, for that comment. Let's see if there's anybody who wants to say hi to Jackie. Ray in the Bronx.
Yeah, this is Pothead Ray Howard. I love you. Artie, I love you. Fred, I think they should have Jackie come over once a month so you could talk more and just keep ragging on him.
You know what? I think that's a great idea.
That's right. I have to say, Fred has come out of his shell.
There you go.
I thought Fred was the one who left the show. I actually heard more from Jackie on the show than Fred. But no, seriously, Fred, I like seeing you involved with Jackie
so we should
again.
bring Jackie around some more.
That's right.
A little dysfunction doesn't hurt.
That's
I was
right.
watching your movie, and Fred, you were talking so much, and I love it so much. And then when Jackie comes on, you're ragging on him. I'm like, this is awesome. This is classic right here.
That's
All right.
amazing. It's like,
let's get to John. John Kishman
But
took us
that really
around.
is true, right? I
Right.
mean, he really doesn't talk a lot.
Right.
you
he
want to know
comes
something? I
alive
actually,
when
I
you're
actually have
here.
a serious question because I know he wants to take it down that road.
Go ahead, and then John, you can ask your
How
question.
many
Go.
times has Stuttering John called you since he's left this show? Seriously.
Since John left or since Jackie
John
left?
left this show.
Since John left this show.
And since Jackie left the show.
I'm not exactly sure what you mean.
I think he's asking.
Has John
His
called you?
family stayed with me last summer until the fleas chased him away. No, I see John. I see John in California, and he comes out here and comes by. Why?
For a while,
just asking.
Are you saying because for a while
Oh, you
Jackie
thought- you
wouldn't
thought
see
there was-
John until John got the job with the Tonight Show?
Bingo.
Oh.
Yeah, because he seems to do that. He seems to drop calling a lot of people, i.e. Robin, stuff like that. I don't expect him to call me, nor
Jackie
do
and
I
I
want
never
him to.
had like a phone relationship.
But John? You and John?
No,
never
he's
did?
talking about John.
Oh, he's talking
No,
about
I
John.
know after Jackie
You have to
left.
follow Fred.
John
And if
told me
anybody did anything for John, it was Robin.
Jackie never called John after he left the show, and then
That's true.
he started calling him after John got the job at the Tonight
that's
Show.
also not true.
That is true.
Well, John used to complain that you wouldn't call him. That's what I know.
He was very upset with you.
No,
please.
But you guys have patched things up.
I think the phone lines were too blustery, Jack.
All right. John, what's your question for Jackie the Joke Man Martling, who again is going to be hosting the Hippie Fest at the New Jersey Performing Arts Center in Newark and Friday at Ferraris in Point Pleasant Beach, New Jersey.
Wow.
And go to jokeland.com. All right, John, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to say, Jackie, I love your show. But I don't think I ever heard why you and your wife split. Did you ever talk about that?
Yeah, what happened
She
there?
had sex with a black man in 1974 on the lawn of.
No, why'd you leave your wife? What happened? Do you feel like?
I mean,
why'd you leave yours?
Wait a minute. Were
Well,
things
they're
on
asking. I've already gone into why. I
Yeah,
left
but
mine.
you know,
Let me
You
ask
haven't.
the
20 years,
questions.
20 years under the table. You know,
Was it break? You know, was there a problem in the marriage while the show was
on the
still-
honeymoon. Yeah.
On the honeymoon.
I always said
No.
Jackie would
We
get
had a great
divorce.
marriage.
Well,
but on
you
the
said
way,
he was going to be the first to get a divorce. You used to say that in the group.
Yeah,
and,
he would have been.
And then you used to
Did
say
I ever
if
tell you
got
that
a
that
divorce,
was the
he'd
only
be the first
clue
to follow.
The only clue that I ever had that there was anything happening with you is
Why?
that
When we had that envelope thing.
one time we were doing commercial and Gary just looked around and said, you know, I just read something that said 50% of people get divorced, and who do you think will be first out of all of us? And you said, I know who's going to be first.
Right.
Because I guess it had already started. Nobody knew, and
right.
but nobody picked up on that. But it kind of stayed in my head. And all of a sudden, one day, I was down in Atlantic City and said, you know,
I got a
Stern
divorce.
and wife to split, and I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah. It's weird.
It sucks, but you know we're still good pals. You know we're friends and we don't have sex. It's like we're married. you
Right.
know?
But what, you got bored with her? Is that it?
No, we.
Did she get
fought a
too
lot.
old?
We fought. Oh yeah, you know
Yeah.
she's a girl. No, she looks like she did when I married her. I mean, she looks great.
Who's she with now? She hook up with anybody?
Yeah, with a guy like 100 years younger than me.
Oh, really? Oh, great.
I'm 10 years older than her, and she's 10 years older than him. And I call him son. You know?
Right. Wow.
With a really nice guy.
I gotta say, getting back to the woman conversation though, me and Jackie were actually in an independent film together, and the premiere a few years ago, I remember Jackie was there with a beautiful chick.
Uh-huh.
Do you know who I mean, I don't know if you were dating her at the time.
Not to
but
pat myself in the back, but I remember who it was.
Oh, okay. Now she was really hot. She was younger.
Do you wish you had divorced her earlier while you were still with the show? Because
No.
you know there's so many more women available when you're with the
Yeah,
show.
and we had so much spare time. to
Well,
chase
come
women,
on. You know, you like the ladies. And
Oh yeah, no. We were doing well until I don't know last couple of years, but we were so busy that doing the show and then working on the weekends. Like the last thing I was going to do was go looking for a bachelor pad, and I had a few hours to myself.
All right.
So
That's
it wasn't
fair
like I left the show and we for
Was it
practical
because
purposes
you were
split
home
up.
all the
I didn't come in here. Yeah.
All right, let's go to Steven. Steven, go ahead for Jackie. You got a couple more minutes. Go
Hey
ahead.
now.
Yeah, hey now.
Jackie, you still a real estate mogul up there with those piece of shit houses in New York?
Yeah, how many homes do you own?
You
now?
never heard of divorce?
How many homes do you have
Split
now?
them up.
Do you still have your apartment in the city?
Yes, I do.
Oh, you got that in the divorce?
I don't own that. I rent an apartment.
Oh, you rented an
And
apartment.
it's tiny.
Okay, and what about your
I have a house on the beach, and she got the other houses.
All the other homes she got.
Wow, they're shacks. It's like she got Baltic Avenue and Mediterranean Avenue,
It's
and
like
I got North
Monopoly.
Carolina Avenue.
Oh, so you have the beach house. She has all the other homes. Holy cow.
She got the office. Jokeland she got?
Jokeland.
Jackie worked his ass off.
She
Got
got
up
the
early
recording studio?
many
No, it
days.
was totally out.
She got the performance space and everything?
Got it all.
What about your performance shack?
You know, I rent it.
The studio?
Apricot Studios.
It's like Nancy's head writer when it comes out.
She's great. Oh, and by the way, she sends her love.
Well, send her my love. I always,
I told her I was doing a show today. She said, "Tell him I saw."
I always had a fond spot for her.
I know.
Yeah.
She always liked you guys.
Yeah, it's it. You say you're in business together, right?
You know what? Somebody said that you guys were rehashing about when me and you and Allison and Nancy went to Broadway one time, and
That's
you
right.
picked us up in the limo, and you still have the myth about that Nancy cornered Allison and said, "What, are you crazy with him? Are you nuts?" And meanwhile, she said, "Wow, congratulations! You know, it's you put up with a lot or something." And we immediately left that conversation, and we spent the entire ride to the city arguing whether or not Fred was crazy. And you never would have. You kept saying, "Yeah, Nancy beat up Allison all the way to the city and back."
Nancy was a troublemaker.
Finally, one day I had to say that isn't what happened, because you were arguing that Fred wasn't normal, and we were arguing that he was. By the way, Fred.
Oh, I don't remember
Well,
that.
that's the
Yeah, of
second
course
good
you
news.
did.
That's the second good news bulletin I've gotten today.
Hey, I got to sit and work with him. What are you doing?
I know.
All right. I think, Fred, it's not true. I don't care what
You
he
say
says.
you guys are in business together. Where's the business?
I think the Magic 8 Ball has spoken, and that is.
You and Nancy. What is?
No, we're not in business
You're not in business together. I heard that you were still in business together.
Well, she sang on my record.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay. There you go. All right. Listen, Jackie.
I didn't bring my CD because it ain't out yet.
Oh,
but I want
I thought
to
it
come
was
back. I want to come back with the. I'm playing with guys that
Come
are
back with your band. We
spectacular.
want to hear these fucking songs. Jackie the Joke Man. Once again, you can see Jackie's band, Jackie's Music Hunt, March 21st at the Stress Factory in New Brunswick, New Jersey. And Jackie will be at the Patchogue Theater in Patchogue, Long Island, March 24th. And there's additional dates, all kinds of things with Hippie Fest and also Ferraras. And if you want any kind of information, you know where to go. Jokeland.com. How'd I do, Jackie, with that
I'm
plug?
flabbergasted.
All right.
I could
there
sit
it
through
is.
it again.
Well, where are the jokes? You know, you used to keep every joke
That's what everybody asks.
that you wrote for the show. Where are they now?
Where are all the jokes you wrote?
They're all in the computer.
They're all there.
They're all hiding
cataloged.
in the computer.
All right.
But the original papers, do you still keep those, or?
Oh, what? Oh, the jokes from this show. Oh,
Yeah.
they're in
The
my.
parchment.
They're in my mother's attic somewhere.
Yeah.
There you go. Of course, your mother's gone, but the attic is still there.
But she's up there. Her ghost is guarding them.
All right. Jackie, thank you for stopping by. The fans love it. Even Artie loves it. Right, Artie?
This is great. Absolutely.
There you go. You see,
Do you want to
he's
hear
happy.
my new joke?
Go ahead. New joke from Jackie.
A
And by the
new
way,
joke?
Jackie will be doing
Where'd this
Jackie's
come
Joke
from?
Hunt all year on Sirius on Howard 101,
Yes.
7 o'clock tonight. Listen to Jackie.
7 o'clock tonight is the finger banging show. Me
All
and
right.
Ian Carr,
Okay.
who's just a delightful guy, and it repeats midnights on Wednesdays.
Well, let's hear your new joke.
So a woman says to her husband, I'm sure I can make you feel good and bad at the same time.
Okay.
And he says, go ahead and try. And she says, you have a much bigger dick than your brother.
That's good.
That'll do it.
There you go.
I'm laughing.
Wow.
Is
the
Fred
people-
laughing out?
No.
I thought you said a new joke.
I want to just say I love you, Fred Morris.
In a way, like
And I
that's.
have something to say too. I think Jackie came in for a fact-finding mission. He wanted to check on Artie to see if, like, Artie was like listing like a ship in the harbor, if the heroin has gotten to him. Or
You
if
know, the story of...
So
Do you
if
pray
Artie's,
for
if
Artie's
Artie's
death?
ready to
Yeah.
die,
Jackie, you know.
Jackie's ready to
When
hop
they
back
said
into
there was
that
a
chair.
suicide, I said, was it Artie? And they said, no, Jenny.
But is Jackie
Hey,
calling
give me a couple
Well,
of
he
days.
moved one up on the ladder on
Fred
comedy.
Morris for a reason?
Yeah, well, he called me Jackie Marlowe. So I called him Fred Morris.
Fred Morris.
All right, go ahead.
No, but I know he loves this stuff because I completely had forgotten. And they interviewed Stuttering John and me and Fred for the 20th anniversary issue of Penthouse. And somebody said to him, "Oh, that's so funny, that whole silly thing about that you're from outer space, and where'd that come from?" And he said it in the interview, and it reminded me. Do you remember? It's so funny. You were doing a story that Burt Reynolds. You know how everything comes from nothing,
Right.
like that Baba Booey thing. It was nothing until
Right.
Gary said, you know.
Baba Booey.
Yeah.
Oh, know if that's Fred's commentary.
He thinks there's an outside chance that'll get me to stop.
No, nothing can stop you, Jackie. We've all learned that.
So you were doing
the only
a
thing
story.
we didn't stop
you
is
said,
when you walked out the door for the last time. That's the one thing we didn't
That's
stop.
the new head writer sitting there playing that sound.
Congratulations, Mr. Morris.
There you
So you were doing a story in the news, and you said Burt Reynolds just started a dinner theater in Jupiter. And we're just sitting there because at the time, 20 years ago, now I know there's a Jupiter, Florida.
Right.
Who knew? And he said, in Jupiter. And Fred says, yeah, that's in Florida. And all I said was, and Fred knows that because he himself is from Pluto. And we did. It stuck, and he's still pissed off.
Oh,
Still mad at you. Is that true, Fred? Are you still angry about that?
No, but he got the story all wrong.
Did
What
you
is
ever,
the story?
No, I did. Did you ever see
It's
the
okay.
picture of when we're in Los Angeles and you're the king and Robin is the queen and I'm the jester and Gary, we're all king, queen, jester, like the deck of cards. And Fred's dressed as a freaking alien. It's the funniest goddamn thing. It makes no sense. Do you know the time I'm talking
I know. When we dressed up in costumes.
It was so
Right. You're saying Fred was the only one not in character.
You know what this is like? You know what this is like for me?
What is
There's
it
a
like?
drunk in the room, and he's telling a story, and it's making absolutely no sense, and it's only funny to that one drunk.
So much
And you're sitting there
sense.
going, okay, I hope that Uncle Jack goes home soon.
You know what? This is another thing. You just reminded me of another reason I'm fucking pissed off at you. I was in a monkey outfit, which was your idea for every fucking sketch we did.
No, a lot of times that was Fred's idea.
I can't let him sink on that one, the one he hated the most, which was the diver's helmet, was mine.
My parents used to get mad at me that we put Gary in a monkey outfit. They said that wasn't nice.
That's the diver's helmet was Fred. Oh, that was
Absolutely.
The,
And Gary complained because it was like 80 pounds.
Well, somehow, no matter what the sketch was, Gary wound up in a gorilla outfit or a monkey hat.
Every time. And then the ultimate was, which even like people in my family was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Is you guys wrote a sketch for Bunko Fiesta where I ate a shitty diaper in a monkey outfit.
You know what's funny, Gary? It's like this is the 20-year high school reunion, and the school bully just came back.
Yeah, and he sees nothing wrong.
Yeah. All right, Jackie, you've had your fun.
Thank you, man. Thanks for letting me come in.
We love having you here anytime. You know you're welcome. And the great Jackie the Joke Man.
Hold on, Ronnie, we should come in here and get me past Fred.
You think it'll be uncomfortable when we go to
No,
commercial?
I love him. He knows how much I love him.
Fred, will it be uncomfortable for you?
Not for me. He's going home.
Everyone else will be
Have a
uncomfortable.
nice trip.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Jackie.
I got to go hug North. Yeah, great.
Thanks, Jack. Anytime.
That was Jack Fred. Let me get a picture.
You got to come in with your band.
Now, see, Benji, I don't hug you like that. Is that
Well, he knows Fred.
There you go.
He's
Give Benji a hug.
Get a picture.
Get Benji. Somebody take some pictures. Come on, Benji, get in the picture.
Thanks, Jackie. You taking a piss? I'll see you.
All right. Look at this. This is for
Go on. Get in the picture then.
How much I owe you, Benji? Come here, Arthur. Let me hug Arthur.
No, let's stop. He's going and doing his thing.
So much fun.
Good luck with everything, man.
Thanks. Take care of yourself. Don't fuck up.
Jackie, how'd it go in there?
I don't know, man.
I mean,
it was great.
Well, I mean,
It was
what
so
was
much fun.
What was it, Fred? He kind of.
That's always Fred and me. That's always
You don't
Fred.
take it personally, or?
Oh, please. I love Fred.
And then what?
Fred is one of the funniest, if not the funniest, and most talented guys that I've ever been in the same room with. I brag about him to this day, how I'll be talking about something, and before I get to the end of my sentence, he'll have made a joke and incorporated what I'm talking about before I get to the end of what I'm talking about. And I'm not exaggerating. He's brilliant. And working with him was like, writing a song with Lennon and McCartney.
I don't dislike Jackie. I know that sounds like a boring thing to say. I don't dislike Jackie. I may disagree with some of the things that he says or does. I may not see things the way that he does, but, and he calls me crazy. I will just say one thing, and this will be for the audience to decide. Jackie walked off the hottest show in radio. Now who's crazy?
What about Benji? He thinks he hate you. You hate
No,
him.
he's crazy. He's just, he's
stick?
just going for outrage. I think, I don't dislike him. I don't bother. Going for outrage.
It was a plan. I was going for outrage. It didn't work.
Not a plan, but No problem with the boy. No problem with the
So
boy.
you guys are good, no bad
No,
blood?
I don't like him, but I don't have to like him.
Benji, do you like him?
You don't have to like
At times I spent with him, yeah. I thought he was, times he was a friend, at times he was mean.
I've never been mean to. Who have I ever been mean to besides Scott?
Me. Me. Yeah, asshole.
Oh.
Friday.
But it was great fun. Oh God. And that's what I miss is just sitting there and laughing and laughing and laughing. I even when they're breaking my balls, it's funny. It's funny.
All right, man. So you have a last joke for us?
A
One for the
last
road?
joke.
You guys know.
Oh, that was great. I don't even know. So a guy. Oh, I got one. So a woman goes into the drugstore and she says to the druggist, "I need to buy some cyanide to kill my husband." And druggist says, "I can't sell you cyanide to kill your husband. I'll go to jail, you'll go to jail, you're crazy." So she reaches in her purse and hands the druggist a picture of her husband fucking the druggist's wife. And the druggist says, "Oh, I didn't know you had a prescription." Come on, you don't even understand that? What the fuck is wrong with you?